Charlemagne, a name that echoes through the annals of history, a man whose influence shaped the very fabric of Europe. His story, the tale of a king who would become an emperor, is intertwined with the narrative of a continent. Born into the Frankish Kingdom, Charlemagne ascended to become the King of the Franks, a title that was just the beginning of his illustrious reign. His rule would expand, his influence would grow, and his legacy would be cemented as he took on the mantle of the first Holy Roman Emperor. He was a man of war and peace, a patron of education and culture, a ruler whose reign would forever alter the course of history. His rule, marked by conquests and reforms, stands as a testament to his might and wisdom. Now let us delve into the life of this monumental figure, starting from his roots. Born into the tumultuous world of the Frankish Kingdom, Charlemagne's path to greatness was paved by his father, Pepin the Short. The son of a king, Charlemagne was bred for leadership, but his journey was not one of ease. His early years were marked by a rich education in the liberal arts, a rarity for the time, instilling in him a deep appreciation for knowledge and culture that would later play a significant role in his reign. His father, Pepin the Short, was a man of great ambition, having seized the Frankish throne and set the stage for the Carolingian Dynasty. Pepin's reign was a period of significant reform, laying the groundwork for Charlemagne's ascent. His progressive policies and strategic alliances strengthened the kingdom, providing a firm foundation upon which Charlemagne would build his empire. Yet, ascending to the throne was not a simple affair. Upon Pepin's death, the kingdom was divided between Charlemagne and his brother, Carloman. This division, however, was short-lived. Carloman's untimely death in 774 left Charlemagne as the sole ruler of the Franks. But with power came challenges. Unifying the divided Frankish territories was no small feat. Charlemagne faced resistance from various factions, each vying for power and autonomy. However, Charlemagne was not one to back down. His strategic mind, coupled with his military prowess, allowed him to quell internal strife and gradually unify the Frankish territories under his rule. His victories were not only military, but also diplomatic, forging alliances and winning the loyalty of his subjects. His ascension to the throne was not just a testament to his military and political acumen, but also a reflection of his vision for a united Europe. Charlemagne's reign marked the beginning of a new era, one that saw the rise of a unified and powerful Frankish kingdom that would eventually evolve into the Holy Roman Empire. With the throne secured, Charlemagne set his eyes on a grander vision, a unified Europe. Charlemagne's reign was marked by relentless expansion, his mighty armies marching across Europe. His thirst for power and territory led him to wage numerous military campaigns, each marking a new chapter in his rule. The lands of Germany, Italy, and Spain were not just geographical conquests, but pieces of a grand puzzle Charlemagne was determined to solve. Germany, a region marked by fierce tribes and rugged terrain, was the first to feel the might of Charlemagne's forces. Through a series of campaigns known as the Saxon Wars, he steadily subdued the Saxons, a powerful Germanic tribe. These wars were not just about land or power, they were part of Charlemagne's quest to spread Christianity across the continent. Then came Italy, a land rich in culture and history. Here, Charlemagne faced the Lombards, a tribe that had long established their rule. The Lombard Wars were a test of Charlemagne's military prowess and diplomatic skill. But, as with the Saxons, Charlemagne emerged victorious, adding Italy to his growing empire. Spain was another story. The Iberian Peninsula, under the control of the Muslim Umayyad Caliphate, presented a new set of challenges. While Charlemagne's campaign in Spain was less successful, it was not without its significant moments. The Battle of Roncesvalles, though a defeat for Charlemagne, was immortalized in the epic poem, The Song of Roland. But Charlemagne's military success was not just due to brute force. He understood the importance of strategy and organization. He divided his empire into counties, each governed by a count loyal to him. This system allowed him to maintain control over his vast territories, ensuring that even the farthest corners of his empire were under his watchful eye. Despite his military achievements, Charlemagne was not just a warrior king. His vision for his empire extended beyond the battlefield. He was a ruler with a dream of a united and prosperous Europe. But Charlemagne was not just a warrior king. He had a vision for his empire that went beyond the battlefield. Charlemagne's reign was not just about conquests. He sought to create a realm of wisdom and enlightenment. This was a king who held the belief that an empire's strength lay not just in its military might, but in the intellectual vigor of its people. His reign was marked by efforts to strengthen governance and administration within his empire, and he took significant strides towards achieving this. One of his key strategies was the appointment of counts, who served as royal representatives in the provinces. These officials were responsible for maintaining law and order, collecting taxes, and ensuring justice. This system of governance brought about a degree of stability and efficiency that had previously been lacking. But Charlemagne's vision for his empire didn't stop at governance. He was also a great patron of education and culture. He believed that learning was the cornerstone of a prosperous society. In a time when education was a privilege of the few, Charlemagne sought to make it accessible to many. He established schools across his empire, making education available even to commoners. This was a revolutionary move, one that signaled a shift in the societal structure of the time. His court became a hub for scholars and intellectuals. He invited the brightest minds of his age to his court, including the renowned scholar Alcuin of York. Together, they ushered in what is now known as the Carolingian Renaissance, a period of intellectual and cultural revival. They promoted scholarship in the arts and fostered a spirit of intellectual inquiry that was rare in those times. Charlemagne's efforts to promote learning and culture were not without result. The Carolingian Renaissance left an indelible mark on European culture and set the stage for the later cultural revivals of the Middle Ages. Charlemagne was a ruler who understood the value of knowledge and culture. He sought to create an enlightened realm, a society that valued learning and intellectual pursuits. His vision was bearing fruit, but a greater honor was yet to come. In the year 800 AD, Charlemagne was crowned the first Holy Roman Emperor by Pope Leo III. This marked a significant moment not only in Charlemagne's life, but also in the annals of European history. It was a moment that intertwined the destinies of the church and state in a way that would reverberate through the Middle Ages and beyond. The coronation was a potent symbol of the alliance between the secular and spiritual realms. It signaled the Pope's endorsement of Charlemagne's rule, lending it a divine sanction that was invaluable in a deeply religious society. It also reflected the Pope's dependence on secular power for protection and support, a dynamic that would shape the church-state relationship for centuries to come. Charlemagne's coronation as Holy Roman Emperor was a grand affair, a powerful testament to his influence and the extent of his realm. But it was also a moment of profound historical significance, setting the stage for the Holy Roman Empire's role in shaping the future of Europe. With this crowning achievement, Charlemagne's place in history was assured. Charlemagne's influence did not end with his death. His legacy continues to shape Europe to this day. He was more than a king, a conqueror, or an emperor. Through his rule, he laid the groundwork for the Europe we know now, uniting diverse tribes, promoting learning, and establishing strong governance. His empire, vast and varied, was a testament to his vision of a united Europe. It was a vision that was not fully realized in his own time, but one that would inform the shape of the continent for centuries to come. His empire, which stretched from the Atlantic to Central Europe and from the North Sea to the Mediterranean, became the cradle from which modern Europe emerged. Charlemagne's impact on governance and administration was profound. His reforms, which sought to establish order and justice, set the stage for the development of modern administrative systems. He introduced concepts such as counties and duchies, each with their own counts and dukes, thereby establishing the roots of feudalism. Education was another area where Charlemagne left a lasting mark. His establishment of schools and promotion of scholarship set the scene for the Carolingian Renaissance, a period of cultural and intellectual revival that would influence later periods of European history. Charlemagne's legacy also extended to the rulers who followed him. His descendants, the Carolingians, would continue to rule for several centuries, shaping the destiny of Europe in their own ways. Beyond his lineage, his influence can be seen in the countless rulers who sought to emulate his success, from the Holy Roman Emperors to the kings of France and Germany. In many ways, the legacy of Charlemagne is the legacy of Europe itself. His reign, his reforms, and his vision set the course for the continent's future. His influence can be seen in the political, cultural, and intellectual life of Europe, even to this day. Charlemagne, a man of vision and ambition, left an indelible mark on the tapestry of European history. Charlemagne, king, emperor, and a visionary, was a force that helped to shape the Europe we know today. His life was an intricate tapestry of power, ambition, and wisdom. As the king of the Franks, he united diverse tribes under one banner. As the first Holy Roman Emperor, he defined the relationship between the church and state. Charlemagne was a leader who understood the power of knowledge. His reign saw the blossoming of the Carolingian Renaissance, a period of intellectual and cultural revival that left an indelible mark on European history. His influence did not end with his reign. It echoed across centuries, shaping rulers and kingdoms long after his passing. Our exploration barely scratches the surface of this extraordinary figure. The life and accomplishments of Charlemagne are a rich field of study, filled with lessons about leadership, strategy, and human nature. I encourage you to delve deeper, for history is a vast canvas, and every brushstroke tells a story. And so we close the chapter on Charlemagne, a man whose legacy continues to resonate throughout the ages.